Yo, y'all already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Woo, shine himself. Dímelo, mi gente. Hey, yo, Shakur Stevenson, the 3-division world champion, still undefeated. He's going at anybody who was criticizing his last performance this past weekend in Newark, New Jersey. Y'all already know that Shakur Stevenson beat Artem each and every round, but it was kind of a snooze fest. Yeah, it was a masterclass, but it was a kind of a snooze fest. It was kind of boring. The type of boring that people in his own hometown was walking out on him. Later in the later part of the fight. A little bit of embarrassing and stuff like that. And you could see that the network was trying to also embarrass him because they usually don't do that to any other fighter. But you already know that that was the last fight with Top Rank. Now Shakur Stevenson is a free agent. But he's in social media going at anybody who has something to say in terms of criticizing his last performance, including Mase and Cam'ron, Harlem's own. Feel me? My fellow Harlem brother. You feel me? Shout out to Cam'ron, shout out to Mase, and also shout out to Shakur Stevenson. But hey, yo, Shakur Stevenson had a lot to say about Mase because Mase felt like, in today on their podcast, It Is What It Is, and shout out to the podcast, It Is What It Is. They was criticizing Shakur Stevenson. And, it's unfortunate that we all know that Shakur Stevenson is not no knockout artist and stuff like that. And sometimes when we compare fighters, like we expect Shakur Stevenson to do what Gervonta Tank Davis is doing. So if he doesn't do that, then it's like, if he doesn't outperform Tank, then he's less than Tank. And that's not the reality of it. They just two different type of styles. But I understand that, Shakur Stevenson is not a fan-friendly fighter. And it is what it is. And fans who pay their hard-earned money, go to the arena, book hotels, book flights and stuff like that. They want to be entertained. You feel me? When they're pushing their family to a side on a Saturday night, they want to see a fight. And Shakur Stevenson just doesn't deliver that to the boxing fans. But look at the things that he was saying about Mase. Check this out. So Shakur tweets, "You know what irks me when a ninja talk boxing but ain't never glove up? This fat mother effer Mase and his big teeth and Cam'ron need to shut the F up. Them ninjas never stood foot in a boxing ring. We got all types of entertainers gloving up. Tell them ninjas glove it up and shut up." He continues, "He just be on his knees repeating the casual's opinion. Sad ass old man Punani juice." Shakur Stevenson continues, "Me either. Only music I listen to is Hov, 50, Biggie, Pac, Nas, but it never had no old heads." Man, he just kept on going, man. Pac, the GOAT. Who the F is Mase and Cam'ron? These ninjas not legends. They just was the ninjas hanging around the legends. Hey, yo. You know something? I don't know if Shakur Stevenson knows. I know he's 27 years old, so he's, when Mase was hot, pause. Shakur was a youngin', but Mase is a trendsetter, my brother. Mase is a trendsetter, man. You wouldn't have no Drake, no Fabulous, none of that smooth rap, smooth talk if it wasn't for Mase. You feel me? Again, man, he got classics. He's a legend in the game. So I don't know what Shakur Stevenson is trying to devalue Mase as an MC or as an artist in this culture. Like, nah, my brother, Mase is that guy. You feel me? And Cam'ron, shout out to Dipset, Cam'ron. They legends in the game, my brother. And hopefully Shakur Stevenson has become a legend in the game as well. He's already a 3-division world champion. He's a silver Olympian. You know what I'm saying? He got all the skills to win each and every fight. But I understand the frustration of Shakur Stevenson, but I also understand the frustration of the boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? And I know that Shakur Stevenson is out there in social media. He's giving it to a lot of his criticism and his hecklers, and that's all good. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's fair play. If the boxing world and a lot of people could criticize him, he could go back and criticize the people. You understand what I'm trying to say? So that's fair play. I understand the frustration, and I think the hate is over-exaggerated because in the end of the day, he's still winning. And I just think that people are comparing him. A lot of people always expect, these fighters to be the next Mike Tyson. Of course, if Shakur Stevenson is going out there, especially during the fight, and say, I'm going to knock him out, And before that, he wants to make he's telling the people that he's gonna make a statement and shut everybody up because he had that lackluster performance versus Edgar de los Santos before his last performance this past weekend. People's gonna hold him to his word. Whatever if you're gonna promote a knockout, people gonna expect a knockout. If you're gonna promote something, if you're gonna promote that, it's gonna be a great performance and an entertaining performance. People gonna buy into what you're promoting. So look, Shakur Stevenson and a potential fight, Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Tank Davis, is a fight that I still want to see. But he just did a disservice for the anticipation for the potential anticipation for that fight, for the potential hype for that fight. I think it did a disservice, and actually that's why the primary fight in the lightweight division right now, and the interest is Gervonta Tank Davis versus Vasily Lomachenko. Now, also, I don't want people to get carried away in just because these guys is not outperforming entertainment-wise than Gervonta Tank Davis, that Gervonta Tank Davis just gets a pass. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like, all right, Shakur Stevenson didn't make a statement. T.O. in his last outing didn't make a statement. So that's justifying whatever fights that they want, right? Like when T.O. was calling out Terrence Bud Crawford, people was like, oh man, look what he did to Steve Claggett. He's not ready for Bud Crawford. Who cares? Every fight is different. And in that aspect, right? If people say that, he performs to the level of his competition, then a matter of fact, then that means that Teofimo Lopez will be fighting Bud Crawford in Bud Crawford's level because he fights to the level of his competition, right? So it's a contradiction in that sense as well. There's a flip side to that type of narrative. When it comes to Shakur Stevenson, we want to see that unification bout with Tank, or we want to see a unification bout with Lomachenko. He's a free agent right now. We don't know who's going to be signing with. Probably going to be signing with Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing, The Zone. Maybe he's going to be signing with if he wants Cepeda, you could sign a short-term deal with Golden Boy Promotions, or you could go PBC and see if you could get that type of fight, you know what I'm saying, and throw a monkey wrench on that, negotiations that they're supposed to be having with Gervonta Tank Davis and Lomachenko. Again, I think that Shakur Stevenson does a great service for his legacy. He does a great service in the winning column. He does a great service for him accomplishing great things by the age of 26, 27 years old. But he does a disservice in terms of branding and entertaining and captivating the imagination and the emotions of the boxing fans. That is something that he need to work on. But look, everybody doesn't have all the styles. It's like I did a video early on. They say that Shakur Stevenson may be boring, and a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis may be entertaining. He is entertaining, right? But that doesn't mean that boring can't beat entertainment. Boring could defeat entertainment. We already saw it when Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, right? Floyd Mayweather was labeled as the boring fighter and Manny Pacquiao as the sensational, exciting fighter. But guess what? Floyd Mayweather won in the snooze fest. Now, at the end of the day, for Shakur Stevenson, is the winning column. If he could get Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring, because Gervonta Tank Davis is more entertaining, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be a Shakur Stevenson. Yet, Gervonta Tank Davis is a highly skillful fighter as well. Got great attributes, got good power, great power, freak of nature power, got great speed, athleticism, and, he's underrated. His IQ is highly underrated, and his defense is highly underrated because, of course, his dynamic offensive game overshadows everything that he actually does great. So Gervonta Tank Davis is a tough outing for anybody, right? In my opinion, the only person I feel like that can match him with the speed and power and athleticism is Teofimo Lopez. When the smoke clears, I think that will be the fight, in my opinion. But Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis, it is a 50-50 fight, or a 55-45 type of fight. I believe that Gervonta Tank Davis, the only thing that I think you could critique Gervonta Tank Davis is his output. If Gervonta Tank Davis can knock out Shakur Stevenson, I do believe that Shakur Stevenson is good enough and great enough to outpoint Gervonta Tank Davis if it goes a whole 12. But that's a big if he can make it to the 12. It's still a 50-50 fight, different type of styles, but we never know who wins.